What's up, nerds? So, I just finished Skeleton Crew episode 6, and I just want to say that this show is just a big ball of meh. And and I saw somebody, and I wish I would have saved the tweet so I could show it to you. But I saw somebody on Twitter talking about how this was the best Star Wars that we've gotten yet. And I'm all like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. When it comes to crap like that, I just want to be like, oh, honey, bless your little heart. I mean, you're out here giving Star Wars Skeleton Crew like a solid, like, you're all like talking about how it's the best thing. Like it's like it's like a participation trophy for not being the acolyte. I got that people too. Well, it's not as bad as the acolyte. So, or they'll say something like, it's not, it's like, it's not, it's no Andor and everything, but let's stop pretending that mediocrity is the new gold standard, you guys, because I've just had enough of that bullshit. I guess in a galaxy where Obi-Wan exists, I guess a mediocre, rating feels like a win for you guys. It's so ridiculous. But let's call a lightsaber. Skeleton Crew is a lukewarm space prodigy of Star Wars shows. Like, it just sucks. I mean, it's just not good. It's not good. I mean, okay, it's not bad to hate watch, but it's certainly not good enough to love. I'll tell you that right now. But you might be a pushover, and that's fine. That's fine. But I'm not fooled by this intergalactic ball of meh. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this show, we are on episode 6, you guys, and the character development at this point is almost non-existent. I mean, we barely know anything about these little fuckers, and you guys are just lapping it up like it's your last meal, and I'm all like, this is ridiculous, you guys. I do not understand. Like, and it's mostly the Star Wars nut huggers on YouTube that are just loving the shit out of this, and I do not understand you guys, like, at all. Like, are we just... there's just so much, it's literally like mediocre at best. And you guys just are like praising it. I do not understand this concept of thinking. I really don't. Like, I mean, like, I don't know, man. I guess a small piece of me wants to say, like, if you love it, fine. But I don't understand how you can love mediocre bullshit. Like, I do not get it. I don't get it at all. The writing sucks. The acting sucks. I mean, Jude Law's doing a good job. I do like Jude Law. He's great. But these little kids suck, man. And I just don't get it, man. I really don't. And maybe I'll just, I don't know. I'm going to get into this breakdown of this episode, which this episode was so friggin' stupid. We've got 2 episodes left for them to wrap this sucker up, and I don't think they're going to do it in a meaningful way, like, or anything. Like, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. And you guys are going to praise the shit out of it. Watch it. Ugh. It's fine. It is what it is. But all right, let me get to this breakdown, and I'll tell you what I think during and then afterwards, of this episode. All right, here we go. Okay, so Jod and Smee are captured by the pirates, who take them back to Brutus for execution. Now, however, Jod manages to earn himself a stay of execution in exchange for the location of Ad-Atten. Okay, so they come out of the little tunnels, which I'll talk about that in a minute. They come out of those little tunnels, and Jude Law's all like, he gets taken by the pirates, and like the pale white girl, the albino chick, she's all like, sorry, this is doing business with ya and everything. And you're like, oh, get the fuck out of here. And then Smee gets taken out like by a little like laser blast or whatnot. And then they get taken back to Wolfman Jack, which I do like the Wolfman guy. I just like his look. I mean, it's whatever. So then he gives his little speech about how we've never had enough. We've always been hungry and bullshit. And I'm all like, what? And he talks about how, and then Wolfman Jack's all like, yeah, if you don't deliver, you're going to be taken out to space. And I'm all like, okay, boo-boo. When who is this, non-responsive old bitch right here? Like, ew, she's gross. I would have knocked her out an airlock, but she was the only one to stand up for him. I'm like, a typical one. So meanwhile, the children, they drop out of Renaud's lair at the bottom of the resort. And KB reveals she's memorized Ad-Atten's coordinates. In subsequent argument over how to reach the Onyx Cinder at this point results in Fern and Neil trying to ascend the mountain. They're going to climb up that sucker like it's yeah. While Wim and KB, they follow a group of, seemingly, innocent crabs. So KB and Fern have a little lesbian quarrel or whatnot. And they, part ways, and Neil goes with Fern to climb up to their ship. Oh, real quick, let me mention this real quick. So I love how when they go into those little caves, right? Every single booby trap leads to instant death. Okay. You had the thing that floated up and you landed into the spikes. You had the thing that cut off your head. You had the acid bath. Everything led to instant death, except for the stool, which led to them sliding down a water slide out into the cold, which I'm like, yeah, you could die from that, but not instantly. I'm like, there's a possibility they could have survived that. So I'm all like, of course it is, I mean, like, it's so stupid. I'm like, this is annoying, but whatever. Okay. So then, so they split because KB has memorized the coordinates in her little, Geordie LaForge glasses. And she's apparently a robot. I'm all like, okay, this is a very small world, which I love that show. Anyways, so they split up, okay, because Wimp, who is a total asshole. I do not like any of these kids except for Neil. Neil is charming. I actually like Neil. But Wimp, he decides to follow these stupid crabs because he's all like, they're nice. They're going to lead us home. And I'm all like, what tells you that, dum-dum? Because they're all like, follow us, follow us, follow us. And I'm all like, what? What is going on here? Name anything where following crabs has led you to, salvation. You know what I'm saying? Never. So then, so stupid. So then Neil and Fern, they start climbing the mountain. And it's so stupid. We'll get into this. Oh my God, it's so dumb. So dumb. So midway, KB's cybernetics, they suffer a malfunction from corrosion, which is forces Wim to fix it, right? And Fern and Neil, they recover the onyx cinder and save their friends before they get eaten by a giant crab. Okay. So I kind of rushed that a little bit. Okay, so KB, her Geordie LaForge glasses and her whole head, she's going to start to shut down, which she did earlier in the episode, kind of. It's so stupid. So he has to help her out and, do some wiring or some bullshit. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. And he fixes her, right? But then they get surrounded by all these little crabby crabs, and then the crab from Moana shows up and is like, I'm ready to eat you kids. But meanwhile, the whole time I'm like, eat these children, eat them now. I want them to be gone forever from this galaxy. And so while that's going on, Fern and Neil, they're climbing, but the pleasure planet, Lanupa, it is getting rid of all the junk, which, by the way, they are not being, very environmentally safe. So they're getting rid of the onyx cinder, which I still want to admit is a very cool name for a ship. It's an ugly ship, though, even afterwards. We'll talk about that in a minute. So they jump on the thing, which I'm all like, this is kind of action-packed. Yeah, kind of like that they jumped on the transport thing. But while they're doing that, they crash into the junkyard and they save their friends from the crabs, which I'm all like, okay, great. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. And they save them from the crabs and they like kind of save their ship. But soon after that, the ship is pinned by a garbage machine, which popped up out of nowhere, forcing the children to purge the hull, revealing a sleeker ship beneath as they depart Lanupa. Okay, so they get pinned down and they're about to have their Toy Story 3 moment, right? Of getting, the hot, fiery cinders of the trash heap are about to take them out. And this spider-like machine is pinning them down and everything. And it goes back to like the first or second episode where the robots all like Smee's all like, never push this button and everything. And then they played a little bit how the ship has like armor now or whatnot. So they to save themselves from being destroyed, they push the button and it blows off the hull. and they're like this smaller ship, and they fly off, into the distance or whatever. And the ship is still ugly. Like, I'm sorry, the sleeker, like, it's just an ugly ship. I'm sorry, you guys. It's ugly. And what gets me about this is it's got less weapons now, less weapons, and it's got no armor. And so so these kids traded in their ship, which was more powerful, for a ship. But it might be prettier. It's like wrapping a turd in tinfoil. It's like, ooh, look at you. That's what this show is. It's turd wrapped in tinfoil. It's so fucking stupid. And that was the end of the episode. And like I said before, the character development. I mean, we learned a little bit more about KB. She's a robot, apparently. I don't know how that works. I really do not care either. And I mean, I do not understand that this show, like, it's so dumb. And again, we only have 2 more episodes, you guys. And this is what I want to know about this show is, why is it that when this show started, by episode 2, you should have hit the ground running, like right off the bat? And then you keep hopping from world to world with all this stupid, side quests. And I'm all like, this is not helping you at all, my dude. Like, this show, it is not good. It's not good. It's not good. It's better than, like, say, Obi-Wan in some respects. It's better than Boba Fett in some respects, but it's still not good. And like I said before, if mediocre is your participation trophy, then you need to, like, up your standards, my dude, because this is if you go on these Star Wars nut huggers, if you go on their fucking YouTube channels, they are just lapping the Star Wars nutsack. They are just, give it to me, Kathleen Kennedy. And I'm all like, listen, you can suck Kathleen Kennedy's dick all you want, but this is bad. It's just bad. It's not a good show. This episode was bad. This was a bad episode. That's all I got, man. I really and Jude Law hasn't used his lightsaber not fucking once. He got a lightsaber and he didn't fucking use it against the pirates. Like, how fucking stupid is this? So dumb. So dumb. All right, so tell me. Oh, and one thing I want to also address, which the people that do this, they don't watch the whole video. But one person was all like, but you're still covering it. Listen, I have said this from the beginning, and I've said this, I'll say this. I will always cover Star Wars, and this is why. I cannot, it's the same thing with Star Trek. It's bad, but I can't not watch Star Wars. I'm sorry. As I said in my last episode and before that, I have been watching Star Wars since I was 9 years old. You think I'm just going to stop now? I can't, I keep getting, like a tracker beam. I keep getting sucked back in. I don't like it, and I'm not even like hate watching it. I'm actually like, even though this show Star Wars has to earn my love back, but I still go in with hope, because I always hope that they'll be able to turn it around. This show is not doing it, and I'm sorry, but it's got to be excellent. It's got to be brilliant for me to start loving Star Wars again. That's just how it's got to go. So Mandalorian Grogu better be fucking amazing for me to come back. Because if it's just mediocre like this bullshit, not going to work. I mean, I'll watch it, but so you'll get your one view from me, and that's it. That's all I got for you guys on this one. I don't know, man. Like, I don't like being mean, but like, you have to be honest about it. And that's how I am. It's brutally honest. I'm not brutally honest. I'm just honest. Okay. And if you don't like it, like, fucking tough, get over yourself. I don't know, man. All right, I'm done with this. Tell me what you guys thought about this episode. Did you like it? I don't know how you liked it. So stupid. Although if that crab would have been like, I'm gonna be shiny, I would have been like, okay, I'm down with this singing crab. So stupid. All right, tell me what you guys thought. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys on my next Skeleton Crew breakdown and review. You guys have a good week. May the force be with you. Bye.